What's good, B?
All right.
Hey, we're here on the By the Block podcast. This is episode 3.
By the block, baby. By the block.
Hey, thanks for being here, brother.
Oh, it's always good to be home.
Yep.
So, absolutely, bro.
So the set's a little light today. We're heading out to our Syndication Social.
We're headed to the Syndication Social, man.
Exactly.
I'm excited about this, man.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, our second one, man. First one was a smash.
Yep.
Second one, we just hope to continue to build on what it is we're doing, bro. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah, we can sip on a few drinks and got the hors d'oeuvres lined up and everything.
Sip on a few drinks, throwback days to the Blue Martini. Shout out to the Blue Martini.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. You know what I mean? All my Tampa natives, they know what time it is.
Exactly.
Blue Martini were good days, man. We had a lot of good times during the happy hours, bro.
Yeah.
So trying to bring those back at our apartment syndication social, bring folks together. Your high net worth people that are looking for opportunities in real estate, they want to meet and get to understand and know who's making the moves and making the plays in the real estate world, so they can kind of partner up. And that's kind of really what we've done here, Chavis Capital.
Exactly.
Bryan Chavis Coaching and Consulting, where we Nate, this is the brainchild of me and you putting this together to bring like-minded individuals in the room, and then also sprinkle in a little bit of your top brokers, commercial brokers out there, guys doing multi-million-dollar deals. You guys from CBRE, shout out to Cam, Andrew Wright, Franklin Street CEO,
Absolutely. Founder.
The guys that are really making moves out there in the marketplace. So just trying to sprinkle in
Exactly. No, I used to hear about the glory days. I said, why did we stop that? So we wanted to keep it moving.
I didn't stop it. I get the Blue Martini stopped.
Exactly.
It's, hey man, when you charge $15 for a martini, man, it's
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating, but you charge that kind of money, for a martini. I don't know how long the business model can really sustain. But,
Exactly.
I just know it was good times. Met a lot of a lot of individuals, and people just are more comfortable when they're just having a drink, having hors d'oeuvres, just having that laid back, good music in the background,
Right.
good food, good company, and you're around individuals or influential individuals. The thing is, for a lot of individuals, these groups are untouchable.
Correct.
You're not invited to the country club. You're not invited to think tanks or masterminds where the CEOs kind of congregate. And so this is an opportunity to bring individuals together. And again, like I said, there's a lot of high net worth individuals out there that
Absolutely.
are looking to park their money. And, these days it's tough to just park your money without really getting to know the individual. And I think that's what makes real estate investing through syndications really cool, because you get to know the individual. You put your money, and you've done this.
Yep.
You put money in Wall Street, but
Yep.
put your money in Uber, you put your money in Amazon. You're not meeting Jeff. You're not sitting in any of these meetings. So here you're getting to meet, the syndicator. They're sitting down, they're speaking with me, they're talking to me about my goals. We're having conversations about our families, and so they get to really know, the syndicator, and we get to know them and their families and their goals. We sat with Frank. Big shout out to Frank. You and I.
Shout out to Frank.
Last week.
Yep.
Just to get to know his goals and really understand what his aspirations are to invest in real estate, from a passive level. And
Exactly.
now he wants to actually not only, invest passively, but he also wants to, be an active investor and own a smaller portfolio with himself or just, with us.
Yep.
So, and play an active role in Chavis Capital. So, it's just, building those kind of relationships and honing in on those and cultivating those is really what the apartment social is really all about.
Exactly. And make sure you guys come out. We're hosting them every third Thursday of the month. Right now we're at Ichikoro in St. Pete. It's a beautiful, Ichikoro is a
St. Pete,
beautiful location.
Right in the heart of downtown, right off of First Street.
Exactly. And so we're
make sure you're there 6 p.m. tonight, guys.
6 p.m. tonight.
Bring your friends. Come out. Drinks are on us. Have good appetizers, great food at Ishikura.
Exactly.
Yep.
Hey, no, we're having fun. We're just trying to, do things differently. And yeah, you're not always going to meet your investors at a boot camp. There's some people who just will never go to a boot camp.
Right.
And
and like I said, I think I've said this before. The boot camps are great.
Yeah.
We'll talk about education and training here shortly, but networking events. Again, everybody. There's tons of events. I love Rod Khleif. I love Gino and them. I've been on all their podcasts. I love everyone. Everybody's doing such. I just wanted to do things slightly different.
Correct.
I didn't want to just have an event where it's all about the education and training. We got that.
Right.
For me, I want to put that kind of stuff online where you can access it 24/7. I just had someone message me, say, "Hey, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it." I don't want any individual to ever have to say, "Unfortunately,
Correct.
I can't make it," because of their schedule. If you want training and education, you want coaching, that should be available 24/7 to you.
Absolutely.
But this is something a little different. This is more of a social. This is more, we're maybe not even going to have conversations about deals. We're just getting to know each other. You're
Absolutely.
getting to know your syndicator. Your syndicator is getting to know you, understanding what your goals are as a passive investor.
Right.
A lot of these investors are looking to become syndicators themselves.
Correct.
So, at the end of the day, man, so getting to know their goals, helping them reach their goals, them helping us reach our goals as the general partners. To me, that's what it's all about, man.
Excellent. Well, I'm excited for tonight. I wanted to actually speak about that. So education, training, 24/7 access. Those are a couple of things that we are going to talk about today. So we've created what's called the Multifamily Matrix. And there's also another certification in there called the CRIS, which is Certified Rental Investment Specialist.
Correct.
So why don't you, just spit on Multifamily Matrix first and foremost. Let's talk about what that is, why we created that, and what it's all about.
Well, truth be told, the Multifamily Matrix was your idea to put all of this content, in a space and an ecosystem.
Correct.
That can be accessible 24/7 on a subscription-based model where people can learn about underwriting, can grab their underwriting tools. Oh, I need a letter of intent. Can go and grab a letter of intent. Oh, how do you create an offering memorandum? What does an offering memorandum look like? Go and grab an offering memorandum, see a template, get a guide that tells you how to put one together or use our templates. There was really no place to go, that had all this information, high-level information.
Right.
And again, like I said, big shout out to all the great boot camps. But at the end of the day, there was no place where an individual can go 24/7 without waiting for a boot camp to arrive in their city. And even then, it's limited to what you can really, this is really all about the education, training, and the coaching. So there's not a lot of fluff involved with the Multifamily Matrix. This is, you're signing up, you're paying a subscription. You're getting access to unlimited resources, tools, and services, attorneys, my coaching program, your marketing coaching program. Just an unlimited place where someone can go and, maybe this individual doesn't have two nickels to rub together.
Correct.
But they want to become an apartment syndicator. Where can they go to get educated? Where can they go to get training and mentorship? And where can they actually see it?
Correct.
And talk to other investors so just wanted to kind of, you have these places and platforms like Bigger Pockets, and big shout out to them, awesome places. But for us, I wanted to create something that was specific to just apartments.
Right.
100% rental investments. I don't care if you have a single family rental, duplex, quad, or you're syndicating 300-400 unit institutional grade assets. This is a place where you can go to get the learning, the training, the underwriting, and the resources that are needed to be successful. And those are a lot of things that, to be honest with you, Nate, weren't accessible to me.
Correct.
Outside of me being in the multifamily industry. Had I not been in the multifamily industry, I wouldn't have gotten a lot of this training and education, access to this, and then becoming a CAM instructor. I wouldn't have had access to the high level training. And so I just wanted to be able to, partner with you, level the playing field, and be able to create this, this matrix that's, again, the setup and the system itself, the platform is the brainchild of Nathan here. So, big shout out to you for putting it all together. And one thing I like about what you're doing, it constantly evolves.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, no, we look at all the different resources. I'm watching people that want to work with you, and, it's how can we provide access to you at an affordable price point. Like you said, people don't have two nickels to rub together. Hopefully they got a couple nickels, because we really worked down that price to make it extremely affordable for everyone.
Absolutely.
It's around $100 a month.
It's your Starbucks budget.
That's ridiculous.
So if you're really talking about doing something, and you're done talking and you're ready to do something, you'll put $100 together a month. You'll find it.
Correct.
You'll find $100 to do whatever. Again, for Starbucks will get it.
Yeah. You're gonna have access to coaching, training, development, resources.
So when you're serious and you're ready to take that leap, and you're done talking, then it's $100 that comes out of your pocket a month. And again, you can Uber that, or you can, that's side money.
Correct. And speaking of the education that's inside of it, one of the components is it's a CCIM level training certification called the Certified Rental Investment Specialist. This is called the CRIS, and this is something that you developed. It's a phenomenal training that I've actually gone through, and I'm putting it together in the Matrix. Tell us more about it and why you decided to create this certification.
It was originally developed when Buy It, Rent, Profit was first developed in 2009.
Okay.
I had developed a series of modules to bring to Keller Williams corporate office, meeting with Gary Keller, because a lot of people don't know the backstory to how I know Mark Willis.
Right.
Why me and Mark are doing deals together, and how did you meet the CEO? Well, rewind back to the early 2000s. I'm going in front of Gary Keller, Keller Williams, Gary Keller, Mark Willis, Jay Pappison, and then I had a young lady who made those introductions for me, seen some talent in me and made those introductions, Nikki Ubaldini. So I went there and pitched a series of different modules I had created. And one of them was called the Instant Office, which was almost like a franchise in a box without all the franchise, I don't want to say strings, but all the legalities that come along with the franchise. So I created this, this model where you can plug and play an instant property management company. And then, of course, and along with that, I developed a course, because, you have the CCIM, you even have the CAM, Certified Apartment Manager course, and they teach you and they help you. One gives you a lot of great information on the commercial aspect, underwriting and appraisals, and other gives you great on the asset management and the property management, day-to-day operations. But there wasn't one that really did all of it. And then without the fluff, and that's no disrespect, but some of the courses are just, it's 8 hours of content, but only an hour and a half of really something that you're going to retain and use.
Correct.
And so I really just try to get to the nitty gritty and really give, the student, the student, just get them the resource guide that they really need to be successful. Just cut all the crap. Just get me what I need to be successful. Teach me how to be a syndicator.
Correct.
Teach me how to build the business model. Teach me how to evaluate markets. Teach me how to, how to underwrite deals. Teach me how to operate the property day to day from a property manager's perspective, and then an asset manager's perspective.
Okay.
Teach me, how to prepare, budgets and those are the things that individuals need to know. So, cut out all the other stuff. I don't need the stories of how you went from rags to riches and none of that. Just get me the education and training I need, and then give me the resources and tools in a format like a workbook and training material, and then insulate me. And that was the most important, which you have developed.
Yep.
I come with the curriculum. You came in with, how do you insulate that individual? Because a lot of people get this education and training and don't know what to do with it.
That's
because they're
correct.
not entrepreneurs.
Right.
So you get this, there's a ton of homeless people out there with degrees. There's a ton of individuals out there with, just because you have the knowledge doesn't necessarily mean you have the intestinal fortitude to go out there and make it happen as an entrepreneur. So
Correct.
how do we help these individuals succeed? Can't guarantee success. ultimately that comes from the individual themselves, but how do you insulate them with an ecosystem or a support system that's going to help them thrive and be successful? And so that's what the multifamily matrix is. Now you got this education. Now you have this training, right?
True.
You know, now you have the coaching, the one-on-one coaching. You got access to me once a week.
Yep.
You know, so you're able to, you know, develop the questions and build your business plan and your model. And you're able to also join others that are trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do and succeed. And so, you know, that's ongoing. You know, I'm learning. I'm going through the refinance process right now. So now I'm being trained and taught how to look at the refi process, not from an operator standpoint, but from a lender standpoint.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, it's a reboot. So you're always constantly evolving, and you should be. And that's what the matrix is all about. It's a constant evolvement in education and training, and you'll never have to sit in the matrix and go, scratch your head. I wonder where I can access that knowledge. Correct. And then go on Google and try to search here and search here and search here and search here. No, it's for us, we put it in one place. If it's about apartment investing, rental investing, from the residential perspective, you'll find it in the matrix.
That's correct. And I mean, it's a two-way street, as far as being able to communicate with us. If there's something that may not be in there, if you have a question, we can turn that into a segment, into a module, into a whole training experience. So, you help to contribute to also make the matrix grow. Any questions, any forms that you're looking for.
It becomes a living, it becomes just like a lot of these great platforms like Bigger Pockets. Correct. It becomes something that the community then begins to guide and take it in the direction it needs to go. We've developed it knowing what I needed. Absolutely. Because, we all know my story. I come, high school diploma and that's it. So, I needed the resources of the multifamily industry teaching me and giving me the skill sets. Correct. I needed to become a CAM instructor and teach the CAM course. I needed Nina Gang to see something in me and then, take me to the side and then, pour, sow seeds into me. Correct. That helped me understand what good content was about. Correct. And then how to teach that content. And I learned a lot of that in the multifamily industry, going 5 days a week, working on site, and then, on the weekends teaching the CAM course for the National or the Bay Area Apartment Association, subsidiary of the National Apartment Association. Correct. Their courses. So I understood what good coursework looked like, and I understood how they got right to the point. There's no fluff in those. Exactly. They're not talking to you about getting rich. They're talking to you. This is how you operate the property. This is how you maintain budgets. This is how you you increase value. And that's. Really, that's who we are at the core. Right. And that's what the Certified Rental Investment Specialist. It's the best of all those curriculums put into one place. Correct. And the Matrix also gives us access to what I needed as well was 24/7 access to you. So I mean, people don't necessarily get the benefit of I get to sit here with you with headphones on. Right, I can call you about my rental questions. I've called you a couple times. Hey, what's going? If I wanted to talk to my landlord about this or whatever. Being able to have access to you 24/7, that's what the Matrix is all about as well. So it's a combination go ahead. But that's your design. Yeah. And that's how you look. And that's what is so unique about the Matrix. And when you said, "Hey, look, I'm going to develop something different," and I had no clue what you were going to do and what you were thinking about. When you said subscription, I was like, okay, but this was the brainchild of how you said, this is giving people access to the real. And, I was talking with our folks at New View and yesterday, and Candace at New View and Blake. I was speaking with Candace directly yesterday over the phone, and she was saying, one of the things that people like about you, even after you spoke at New View, the consensus is how real you are and just your approach to it. That you're not over speaking. You're speaking right at everyone's level. Exactly. And people appreciate that, and you share your knowledge. And you took that and ran with it and said, okay, now I'm going to put Bryan somewhere 24/7 where you have access to the training and the mentorship. Yep. And again, those are things that I didn't have a whole lot of access to. So, these are we're just doing what, providing things that I felt like I didn't have, access to that I had to learn. Exactly. No, I remember we had a situation. We were doing consultations when people would read your book, they'd go to Landlord Academy, sign up for a consultation, and the amount of excitement they would have when
the author of the book would just call them. They were like, "This is unheard of, man." I haven't talked to too many authors. I got a bunch of books right there behind you, and I ain't talked to not one of them.
Not one of the authors.
I can't talk to. Actually, I can talk to Jesus, but
he starts talking back. We have to have a conversation,
right? But the rest of them, where I don't know where you guys are at, man. So
and there's it's funny because I read my own press clippings on Amazon. I go in and read, the reviews, and one of the reviews that I even screenshotted that meant a lot to me was somebody said exactly that. Hey, look, I bought this guy's book. It's a great book, and he gave all the praises of the book. But he's like, what really the best thing about it was I called this guy and spoke with, and he took the time, 30, 40 minutes, and spoke with me. It was really cool and opened up his. So, and he's like, that meant the world. And so, that kind of stuff is, really what this is all about, because,
exactly.
It's always asked, what's your form of philanthropy and what you do and how do you give back? And for me, really, this is the best way to give back, is to be transparent to people and let them know, I'm clearly not the smartest person on my team. I was just talking about the refi project with Park Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these, all of the, I hate math.
Right.
I can now break down complex IRRs. I know net present value because I'm self-taught.
Correct.
I had to force myself to learn all of these terms. But I mean, it's not like I go around and I'm excited, about, the appraisal process and learning, the mindset now of, how the brokers are going to look at it and how the bankers are going to look at it. And, just listening to the people that are on the team, it just makes me thankful that I'm able to surround myself with people who are smarter than me. Because I've always known that if I'm the smartest person in the room, then I know if I'm the smartest person on my team, then I know my team is in trouble. And for me, that's been really important. Just make sure I have the best minds around me. And the guy that's writing the underwriting course, TJ, kid is brilliant, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, Rain Man type brilliant. If you watch the movie The Rain Man, this young man is just phenomenal. And for him, he enjoys it.
Of course.
He's like, send me the T12s and send me, we'll break it down on a monthly. We'll work out a budget. He is excited. I'm like, oh God, I have to sit here and go through all the T12s and go line item by line. This guy loves that kind of stuff. So, for me, just putting people on the team. Me, I'm the operational. Most of the guys don't want to go see the tenants. Most of them don't want to handle the day-to-day operations, setting up the systems at the property level.
Right.
For me, that's where I get excited. That's where I thrive, is setting up all the systems, the hard systems, the soft systems to run and operate the property, creating the rules and regulations, operating agreement, business plan, management plan.
Yep.
Running it from the asset manager's perspective as well as the property manager's perspective, creating the training curriculum to help them provide, consistency at the property level. Those are the things that but mostly people like TJ are like, oh man, I wouldn't want to go to the property and show up and deal with that.
Absolutely not.
So, just making sure that but in the matrix, you step into the matrix, you have access to TJ. You have access to the attorneys.
Correct.
Big shout out to Paul and Adam. They'll probably be watching when they get out of court.
Yep.
But you got access to the attorneys and syndicating attorneys, and you're damn right. Everybody should be smarter than you. The moment that you're sitting in a room and you're the smartest individual in that room or the smartest individual on your team, you need to reevaluate your team. Exactly.
Well, there's a couple places you can go if you want to find out about the multifamily matrix. One is bryanchavis.com. That's a great resource. Your flagship website. Get all your training and education.
bryanchavis.com. Nathan built you guys one heck of a website.
Absolutely.
Man, and it's evolving even as we speak. Yep. This man is always, it's go to bryanchavis.com. This is
exactly.
I'm so excited about that, Nate, what you've done, man. I would say I met yesterday with Gail Gallardo, News Channel 8.
Yep.
And a good friend. And I was just singing your praises, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No, I mean, it's just real talk. Just your ability. And again, smartest person. I don't look to know how to do what I do on social media. You give me instructions and you say keep it real.
Correct.
And that's it. B-U-B.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Do I put this kind? Do I need to put a button up on? Do I need to?
Nope.
No, B, don't put a button up. No, don't change who you are. Do I need to speak this? No, be you and capture that organically and then give it to me. Correct. And watch what I do with it. And what you've done and what you've been able to create and help my brand and help me resurrect, basically coming from the dead, to be able to resurrect and what we're doing now and what we're about to launch. I mean, to me, that's, that just, again, reinforces what I'm trying to say is, just putting people around you, surrounding yourself with people that are better than you, that can help uplift you.
Yep.
Because today you might only have 2 nickels to rub together, but that has nothing to do with, the outcome of tomorrow.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? If you're around individuals that are constantly doing and exceeding and reaching high levels of skill sets, you're naturally going to, that's going to rub off. You know exactly. What I mean? That's gonna rub off. So, and creating that environment is what you've done. So,
hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And we're here to help create millionaires and entrepreneurs. And, we really want you to share with us what your why is. Why do you want to become wealthy? Why do you want to create that abundance for yourself? BryanChavis.com is the place to align yourself with us, become a part of the matrix. We've also got multifamilymatrix.com. But make sure you go to BryanChavis.com to sign up because you're going to learn about all the events, all the different programs and projects that Bryan's working on. And we really want you to be a part of the team. We really want, this year to be your year. Moving into 2020, we want that to be your year. And we want to just see growth for everyone. So,
And I'll touch on that,
too. Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, mainly, and speaking directly to the cameras
absolutely.
And all our live family.
Of course.
For me, it's like I don't want you guys to have to suffer like I have had to suffer.
Yeah.
Because, I had to suffer.
Right.
Yep. I'm sitting there drooling on myself, hobbling, can't hardly speak. I mean, just what I've had to go through to try to come back. I wouldn't want anybody to have to deal with that or even, be inflicted with that. So for me, involving yourself in what we're doing is at the end of the day is for me, it's taking it to the next level. Is really, you're getting to learn from, not necessarily all the mistakes I made, but you're getting the benefit of the shortcuts.
Correct.
So, like if I tell you, hey, look, this is, X, Y, and Z is what you need to do. X, Y, and Z is what you need to do because I'm talking from experience,
Exactly.
And that was one of the things that when I was speaking with Gail yesterday, she said, I'm so thankful we had this lunch because I'm imparting wisdom into her from experience that I've had. And, not to get into personal conversations, but, just being able to tell someone and give someone experience. I had an example of this, and this is outside of real estate. Another, where my daughter goes to school, one of the head directors, had a brain tumor and was asking me how I navigated this whole thing because now they see the finish. They see this Bryan. Right. But they didn't see the Bryan that those videos that you guys can see with me drooling all over myself and can't hardly even speak and put,
right.
You know what I mean? So they don't see that Bryan.
Correct.
They see this Bryan, so they're like, "Wait a minute, you had a brain tumor?" Yeah, I not only had a brain tumor, I couldn't walk, couldn't talk. They're blown away.
That's ridiculous, man.
And so they're like, she's like, and she has paralysis, and she's suffering, and she's like, so for me to be able to say, "Hey, listen, this is the mindset you need to have." I'm not talking about something that I went to a Tony Robbins 3-day retreat and coming back and jumping on it on the internet because I went to somebody's boot camp or a 3-day, live and learn, retreat.
Right,
and I'm not knocking that, but I'm telling you what I know.
Right.
I know what it's like to suffer. I know what it's like to be filled with chemo. I know what it's like to feel like you're pissing on yourself and laying on the tile floor.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Sick. I know what it's also like then to get all that back and then look at your bills and be like, look at your medical bills and,
right.
I know what it's like to look and see others who have gone on to be more successful than you
right.
in this time frame,
right.
And doing what you do and what you did.
Right.
And to be knocked back and then having to come back and then see everybody be successful. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be extremely depressed and say, oh, man, can it get any worse? And then it gets worse.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I know what that's like. And so for me, you how do you take all those experiences and how do you wrap that up and how do you deliver that? And I think, that's a combination of what we do. And
Absolutely.
That's a combination of what the multifamily matrix is about is that this is born from experience. And we're providing an ecosystem, or we're providing a support system that is tried and tested. From the hottest flames.
Correct.
So if you can't join this system and be successful, if you can't follow these steps, then I don't know what hope we have, for you. But at the end of the day, these, what we're teaching and what we're saying and what we're doing, man, it's tried and true. It's documented.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Man, B, always a pleasure having you on, brother, man.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure being here, man.
Hey, love it, man. Looking forward to speaking with you next week, and actually looking forward to hanging out with you tonight, man. We're gonna have some ramen, some drinks, and
yes, sir. I just seen my brother log on Facebook. Big shout out to my older brother Leroy.
Absolutely.
Make sure Leroy come through tonight, man. I know he's hitting us up.
Okay.
He wants to go check. He wants to stay in downtown St. Pete.
I heard
in Airbnb.
Be out there on First Fridays, man.
Be out there on First Friday, yeah. So.
Hey, we're trying to create a First Friday event for you, Leroy. We got the apartment syndication social. It's
yes, sir.
Just like First Friday. So come on out, man.
Hopefully he'll come through tonight. But anybody that's on Facebook right now, guys, please come through tonight.
Absolutely.
Downtown St. Pete at Ishikura Restaurant. Yep. Starts at 6 p.m. Drinks, food on me. So we'll see you guys there. Nathan Johnson will be in the building. This is an opportunity to rub elbows with the elite of the elite, guys. So see you there tonight.